Partners? You think we have to be partners to do that?
What?
To just make a post on YouTube?
Possibly. That's what I'm going to have to talk to you later. I think you're live, by the way. I can't tell.
I'm not getting any notifications.
Now it takes a minute. Yep, you're live.
I'm live?
Yeah.
Hey, there's a notification.
So basically what happened was our Mode Crush, which is a plug-in, crashed.
What?
We don't use it, but that's what crashed, and it crashed our stream.
Okay, well, our stream crashed because of a plug-in. So, if you're back, welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but we're here now, and that's what's important.
Yeah.
I'm still not getting...
It says we're live.
Yeah, I got an email saying that we were live, but
Weird. I don't know what happened.
I can't see it on YouTube.
I'm double checking it. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, I know what happened, but I don't know why it's acting weird.
Well, I mean, as long as we're live now, that's what's important.
Yeah, it says we're live. It says group is live. I'm on our videos right now. I don't even see it popping up, but now live. Oh. If anyone sees that we're live, please chat.
Chat won't help. I can't get into the live stream. I mean, I guess chat will help if you're on Streamlabs, huh?
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, I mean, we can't chat from anyone from over here though if we can't access the stream.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to see it.
I don't even know if it would give anyone else notifications that we're live. Huh, this was a crazy success.
Okay, no, it's live.
It's live? We're live? I'm live? Okay, how'd you find that?
You had to go to our videos.
I did.
This is weird. Okay, how'd you find that? So, I don't know what happened. So basically, if it's just now starting, a plugin crashed our Streamlabs. I don't know what plugin. It was like a Mobo Crusher, something weird. I'll have to fix later. But it just crashed and destroyed our whole stream, and I had to reset everything. So hopefully, Nick, you come back. I apologize for that.
There we go.
You see it now?
Yeah, now I see it. Are you on yours or?
I turned mine off, but you can use yours for a moment while I get this going.
Wow, my hat looks stupid on my head right now.
My hat's stupid. Yeah. So. I forget what we were talking about, so I apologize. Huh?
No viewers. That we know of.
Well, I probably didn't prompt them to be like, hey, they're live.
Yeah.
Well, then again, the viewer count system's a bit broke unless, you know. So.
Wait.
We'll do what we always do. We'll just talk and then see who joins. But. So, sorry that this one's a lot less, I guess, set up, or like, I guess, already in motion like last time. Last time, for our first stream, I think we got lucky. So we had problems with Streamlabs getting it going as well. So I think, you know, it's all a process. Everything we've done to learn and to understand and to grow, especially when it comes to, you know, this kind of stuff. Before this, we've never done this setup before other than the last live stream. Before that, we've never done it before. Like, we've done live streams, but on webcams. You know, this is our first time using Streamlabs. The last time we did a live stream was our first time using Streamlabs, and we learned a lot. And we learned a lot this time about, like, what looks better, what sounds better. So it's all a process, and we're getting there. We are.
Yeah. I just got, like... I have no energy right now.
Are you drained?
Yeah.
Ghost kind of drained?
I'm not sure. It happened suddenly.
You want to tell them what it feels like? Like, explain what ghost draining feels like?
Not really.
Do you want to do the fire?
No, I don't want to do that either. See, this is the problem, man. Oh, shit. Put that away.
I have to get wood.
It's dangerous. So Roger Caudle said 2 live crew.
2 what?
2 live crew.
There you go. Good job, Roger Caudle, whoever
Cool.
that is.
There's one person in the chat right now, and I think it's me.
Oh, that sucks. Well, once I get this going, we can start talking campfires and stuff. I think the problem is, I think it's just we keep doing our live streams a little late. I knew it was going to be hard, but I thought with stuff going on, it might be a little bit easier. But
Yeah.
But it's always good to do it, practice and learn.
What the heck? Alright, oh geez, dude.
Drink some of my Red Bull.
Somehow your flashlight got shorter.
Are you okay?
No, legitimately your flashlight got shorter. I didn't realize that it actually moved in and out.
Are you doing more than just Ghost, bro? But
What? Am I doing more than just Ghost? I haven't done Ghost in my life. Never touched the stuff.
alright, so we'll see how that goes. I gotta save the stream.
That'll work.
Alright. So since Roger has been affected by Ghost,
Oh look, it's going off. I don't know. Oh, God.
I guess it's a good time to show when cell phones affect EMFs. That's what it does, and it'll do that non-stop.
Yeah.
Like, it'll keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. It won't stop. So that's one way to know your cell phone's causing issues with your EMF. But as you notice, over here doesn't cause a difference.
Yeah.
So
If it would have a larger range if we were doing something like sending a message,
yeah.
then it would affect a larger range, but it wouldn't.
Drink this. You need some non-sponsored drink. You're half asleep.
Okay. It wouldn't be as steady.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this light coming from behind us? I fully expected that to go out by now.
So a ghost draining, what happens is when someone is affected by a psychic attack is what they're called, a ghost attack. Few things can happen, or all of them can happen. One, a choking in your neck, as if you feel like someone's choking you. Pressure on your chest. Your head gets fuzzy, and you can't think straight. And then draining, which means it feels like you could be full of energy, then all of a sudden you are completely out of energy and feel like you need to lay in a bed right now. And that's what a ghost can do when it tries to attack you, or even if it doesn't know how to communicate with you. If it doesn't know how to communicate correctly, what it does is that it does these things trying to communicate with you, get your attention, and it might feel like it's an attack, but realistically it's just its way of being like, hey, I want your attention. So it's something to keep in mind. I think that's what happened to him. Did it go offline again?
No.
Oh, okay, I was like, are you?
LER. Streamlabs says LER.
Oh, that's just the last time we've had.
That's been up there since last time?
Yeah, it doesn't go away for some reason. Wow, that fire started burning pretty quick, actually.
It's all paper, though. It's got to catch the wood.
Yeah, we don't have any fire starter because we didn't get stop off at Walmart before we got here.
I think it's going to disconnect, though. This shit that it's doing right here started doing that right before it disconnected last time.
Well, if it keeps disconnecting, we won't be able to do it. I feel bad like doing that, though.
We might have to just like go inside the garage and do a quick one on the cell
Oh man,
phone.
that atmospheric sound. Well, we'll keep it going. We'll keep it going till then. You know. So anyways, because there is people that probably might be watching this afterwards, and so far we haven't talked about crap.
Ow. Oh yeah, I forgot. We need to actually
Do a show.
entertain people for later.
Yeah, this is a. Just because no one's watching now doesn't mean someone won't watch later.
So, do we want to tell them some of our ideas that we have for the future?
Yeah, I think we'll kind of lead to that. I think one thing that needs to be addressed is, so we haven't been able to put up a lot of stuff on social media recently.
That's including TikTok, Instagram, and even YouTube. As you know, some of those YouTube videos last week have become... nothing went up last week. We've been working really hard on a lot of different things, and it's causing to the point where we have less time to edit. The past week or so, we've been working with trying to contact sponsors. The past month, we've been trying to contact locations, and we've been getting responses, and some of them are very positive. Some of them we have to reach back out to, but we are trying to get a lot of investigations coming up and a lot of different sponsors, and it's going well. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to jinx myself, but we are doing very well with that. It's just taking up a lot of our time, and we haven't been able to go out and actually do an investigation recently, but we do have stuff lined up. And doing that, we're actually coming up with stuff that we want to do some mini-series on to kind of, that are still paranormal and ghost hunting related, and even supernatural related, such as, cryptid stuff maybe even. We want to do that and put that to entertain you, to be paranormal, and be all as real as we can make it for you guys. For, well, I count that one thing real as well, because we're still telling real stories. So, and we're doing a lot to put up while we're getting investigations. If we can get videos up, it makes us feel better because we want to entertain you guys, but also give you, evidence, facts, stories, scary stuff, spooky stuff. We want to keep the vibe going. So our plan is that we want to make some filler videos. And by doing that, I'm not talking about 5-minute films of just us rushing something. I do not like doing that, and it gets hard because sometimes we end up doing that. And I feel like you guys deserve more. So what we're doing is we're going to create a series, right at the moment, I'm probably going to do some more, but we're going to create 2 series and put those in between our investigations and some of our important videos. We'll put them in between our supernatural investigating videos, our cryptid searching, our ghost hunting. We'll still do all that, but we want to make sure that there's at least a video going out for you. And hopefully in the near future, if all of these investigations go out, you can have one very quickly and have these other videos in between, on maybe 2 videos a week even. So it's a process, and it is getting there. And honestly, starting in about 10 subscribers, so if you are watching this for the first time, and I apologize for how long I got to get to this point, we are only 10 subscribers away from getting monetized. Honestly, I find that beautiful, amazing, and I love each and every one of you who have subscribed to us. But with 10 more, we can start kind of focusing on, it's not going to be a lot starting out, obviously, but with all of your help helping us, we'll be able to get to places and locations that we can entertain for you guys and go ghost hunting in places a lot easier. It does help.
Yeah, I think the goal is for money to be not such a big problem, a big obstacle to get into these places and investigate. And this, being monetized, while it'll really only be a little bit of money to start off with that would be earning, it would still be helpful and would still get us into places,
Agreed.
Get us, even if it's something as small as gas to get there, every little thing helps.
So, and it's all going back to supernatural, or Zodiac Supernatural. It's, for a long time. I mean, it's not about us.
Right.
It's about, the team. It's not,
And I think that the goal really is to give our audience quality content, stuff that they can look forward to.
Yes.
We've been in a position lately where we haven't been able to provide that as much. And it makes us feel bad. Doesn't really do anything for you guys. So getting to the point where we can actually do that consistently, that's what I'm really excited about.
Yes, I agree highly. I'm excited about that too. And these series that we want to drop, we want to make sure that they're good quality, they have good entertainment, and
I was trying to not let you know I was doing it.
Oh, it might be pitch black, but I can see in the dark.
Yeah, that moonlight helps.
Yeah, definitely. But the one project that we are wanting to do is something we need your help with. We would like your help with. I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil it too much.
It should be fun, though.
Yeah, it's really fun. We have we're starting a Reddit, a subreddit soon, very soon. So if you go on Reddit a lot, please keep that in mind. And when it starts going live, we will let you all know. We are wanting to share your ghost stories deeper than what we planned. Originally, what we planned is just kind of talk about them, you know, and do a video on them, but we want to make them more, like more so. Like, there's a lot of channels with a lot of, you know, telling spooky stories or retelling spooky stories, but we want to take a step forward in that. And what we need is spooky stories. We've got a subreddit that we're going to contact and kind of get some from there to start off to kind of show you guys what we're doing. But we would absolutely love your guys' stories more. We want to hear from our audience. So we are going to be starting a subreddit soon, and all you gotta do is just tell us your ghost stories in detail as much as you can, you know, and you might be picked, because we're going to be picking from those to make videos out of. Though, keep in mind, if you are putting the video on Reddit, that's allowing us to do it, unless you put in there specifically, don't share this. But we want to get things going to where we can communicate with you more, and tell your stories, more than just ours. You know, you're going to hear a lot of ours constantly. We want to hear your story. So I think that's very interesting. Did it crash? Is that your phone?
That might be my phone. Yeah, I lost Wi-Fi.
Okay, let me turn it on. Crash? Is that your phone?
That might be my phone.
It's not your phone. It's just your phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it says we're live. I don't know where the other stream went, because that one kind of disappeared. Oh, there it is. 11 minutes ago. That one already has 8 views.
Nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you are in chat right now, please go ahead and write down in there so we know it's you.
What the heck?
We do want to talk with you. What did you break? What did you do?
It disconnected from your Wi-Fi. Like your.
What did you do? Well, we are like a while away from the Wi-Fi.
What am I supposed to do without Wi-Fi?
I don't even use mine. I have unlimited data, son. And I charge my phone.
There was another thing I wanted to do.
We have 4 viewers now. Here, take it. I got top.
Jeez, okay.
I got to take
viewers.
it.
Oh, take it.
We got 4. Come on.
Wait, I'll take it.
Party's going.
No, wait. I'll take it. You talk.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'm also gonna exit off here.
No. Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna start our Reddit as we.
Oh, you're gonna make that Reddit now as we're going?
I'm gonna make the Reddit as we do this.
I don't know how to do it, so that's all you,
Because
Techie.
if someone was watching this and decided they wanted to be a troll.
Oh yeah. You.
No,
right.
get off, Bixby.
I didn't even think about that. Well, I mean, we can always make it under a different name.
That's true, but
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyways, so what we are talking about tonight is we want to just tell some ghost stories with you guys. You can ask us questions and stuff, but we're really looking forward to hearing your ghost stories. We are going to talk to each other and ask some questions with each other. I'd have a fire going, but apparently I'm very unskilled. But honestly, from looking at this video and seeing how we did it last time, I kind of like this more. It kind of pops us out, and you can see us a little bit definer. So if you need a fire or want a fire, I can try it again. This is your world as well. Are you still doing the...
it's
Can try it again.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is...
Your phone started misbehaving.
Yeah, I got you. So watch. So you go to Google, right?
Okay. Let's see how to do this.
Yeah. So...
What is Google?
Yep. Google is GIF-oriented Great Gatsby Live Edition.
1-0.
But yeah, so we want to talk about some things tonight. Recently, I want to mainly just say we want to thank about all of our subscribers that have joined us, have subscribed to us. A lot came from TikTok. A lot of you have found us through the algorithm, and we just really appreciate and love every one of you. You know, it means a lot to us that you guys have found us out and subscribed to us. And like I said earlier, because of that, we want to try and make better quality content. We want to make better stuff for you. You know, we get to enjoy, you know, and the investigations. We get to enjoy what we do. We get to, you know, take time and edit them, which take time, but we want to make sure that they're better for you guys. I'm going to invest in some more equipment. We are focusing on sponsors, and there's a lot happening in the next year. You know, it might not really start jumping until January of next year, but we have a lot planned, and I'm thinking it could be a lot of fun. And I just appreciate each and every one of you joining us to do so. it means a lot to all of us. It truly does. Like, I know you guys are in it probably for the spooky and stuff, but we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep it fun. We're going to keep, I don't know. We want to connect more with you guys is our big plan for the next future. And I just appreciate all of you. Not going to lie, I thought someone was standing behind our computer over there because it's a dim light and you can see kind of a shadow going by. That was weird. But, yeah, it was like walking right in front of the computer light. It's weird. But I don't have, if you're chatting right now, we will check it in a little bit. He's in the middle of something, so that's kind of important at the moment. But I don't know. I'm going to think of one of my ghost stories. I haven't really got to talk about many. I have a lot of ghost stories. So there was a place called Smyrna Cemetery. It's located in Felicity, Ohio. It was considered one of the most haunted in this location, in this area, of that area, I guess, at the time. Or at least, local legendly was. It was, the story behind it is kind of interesting. So, back when they were settling Felicity, they had a location where the school is now, where pioneers would sit and, my phone's a piece of...
Your phone is much better than mine.
You're right. Basically, where the school is, they had a settlement starting. Well, back in the day in America, there was a lot of Indian tribes here, and, you know, there was a lot that went down there. I don't want to go into too much detail, but, because I feel bad for everything that went down. Anyways, where the graveyard stands, there was an Indian tribe. And I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. I don't think it was Shawnee, but it might have been. You alright?
A lot of
bugs.
Mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, we didn't light our citronella candles.
Nope.
Oh man, I'm sorry. If you need me, I'll go in a little bit to get them. Anyways, so what happened was that this tribe knew what was going to happen between knowing that when settlers move into their territory, bad things happen. Not always, but this is how they were thinking at the time. So what they decided to do was go and cause an attack on the settlers so that way to scare them off. A fight broke loose, an assault happened, and nobody got hurt, no casualties happened, people got hurt, but this one settler got captured. I forget his name fully. Well, he ended up getting captured and brought back. Well, there was a priestess of the tribe that was like the leader. Her name was Sweet Lips. And what happened is that she looked down at this man and said, like, you need to leave, and we'll set you free if you promise to leave. Well, he looked up at her and said, well, we can't leave, but how about this? If you can promise us some of your land in the future, we'll leave and not bother you until then. And looking at her tribe, she looked back down at the man and said, yeah, let's do that. So she let him loose. It actually got more in depth in that. Actually, they became like romantic, I believe. Like she started falling for him, that kind of story. Started being really friendly, and because of that, basically he used his charm on her to let her leave. And she let him leave, and they disappeared for a while. Well, then the Green Treaty, I think is what it's called, went through. And that was like, in order for, no one to hurt the tribes, they had to forcibly give up some of their land. Well, then he came back afterwards and said, hey, I want our land. And she's like, well, we already gave it. And he's like, no, you didn't give it to us. And basically, by, her word, she gave him the land, and that was basically the rest of it. Her tribe was not happy as they felt betrayed by this. They ended up digging her a shallow grave and murdering her on spot and burying her there, along with whoever was standing beside her, executing her. I think the style, the way they said it, was execution style, and leaving her in the grave and burying her there. And through time, the graveyard grew on top of it. For when I was doing research on this in 2012, I believe, there's a video on my old YouTube channel. They ended up they had a stone there for her, to memorize. But when I went down there in 2012, I didn't see the stone anywhere. And I stood exactly where the stone was shown and stuff. It was gone completely. We actually have friends in Felicity who keep up tabs on this location. But we kept trying. And we tried contacting her and stuff, just to kind of get a straight answer, ask if the story was real. We've had some communication, but we haven't been able to prove it was her. We actually plan on going back there one day. But what I was getting into is, before all that, before I started like going to that location just for ghost hunting, and I was just going for ghost seeking, I guess is the way to say it, like trying to see if I could see one, when I was a lot younger, I had a friend that lived nearby there, and we'd stay the night. And I remember sneaking out and walking over to that area, because it was really close. And they said that at night you can see a few things, you can hear screams, you can hear voices, you know, a lot happens there, because even the spirits there aren't very happy about the conditions. And I remember, actually, it was probably around 2 a.m. sneaking out, and the moon was like a really bright out. And I remember looking at the grave, and this is one thing that they said that happens, is the grave kind of went an eerie glow, and then fog kind of came up from the gravestone and covered it, and covered, like, not her gravestone, but one of the gravestones, one of the main ones there. And it would cover, I think it was Pinkham is the gravestone. Anyways, it would cover the area and just spread out, like as if instead of, like, you know, the fog moving in, it grew from this area. And I remember seeing a white dog walking over towards us and, like, getting close, but never, like, touching us. It would kind of back away and then just disappear completely. And I've heard from a lot of people who've walked that road said the same exact thing. And after doing some research, it's called, you know, the ghost dog. I think there's actually a story connected to it. But being there, you definitely get some chills, especially being there late at night around this time even. You get uncomfortable, you hear stuff moving in the woods, and instead of, like, you know, like animals and stuff, it just sounds like a lot of people just kind of moving and trying to hide in the woods. And it's very creepy alongside the unknown soul, or the general's tomb they have there. It's an underground tomb that you're not allowed into anymore. But what I'm getting at is, I had friends, the people who live there, go out there multiple times, and they'd record, and, like, you'd hear them play it back, and it would just be screaming in the backwoods, like bloody murder, coming back from the backwoods. And they wouldn't hear it during the time of being there, and it wasn't like an owl, or it wasn't an animal, it was a female scream, like bloody murder. And if I had the EVPs, or I could get the EVPs from them, I would, but I doubt I would be able to do that. It's been so long. They ended up, it got to a point where people stopped messing around there. But I think more recently, people have been going back there and doing worse stuff. Like, the worst thing you can do is go to a graveyard and use an Ouija board, because you're going to summon stuff there that isn't from the graveyard, and you're going to mess the whole flow of things up, especially if it's Holy Land. It's really going to affect things. And people have done that there, and it's not a Holy Land. By that I mean, like, hallowed land, is that the word? When it's a graveyard on a church, is it hallowed?
Hallowed ground.
Hallowed ground. It's not hallowed ground. Is a cemetery technically still hallowed ground, or is it have to be a church to be hallowed ground?
I'm not sure.
I have to look that up. But yeah, so it's interesting, because you bring sometimes things just won't happen because you're on hallowed land. Sometimes you're bringing stuff there and corrupting the hallowed land. It's causing the disruption of flow. Well, people have done that there since I've been there last, and I don't think any graveyard deserves that kind of, like, disrespect. So hopefully one day we can go back there and kind of cleanse it out, or help the spirits there. I definitely want to try and help the spirit that we've talked to at the church on Stone Lake. Remember the EVP that was like, I feel like I'm dying.
Yeah.
I would love to go back there and talk with her, and kind of just talk with her and
Sit out or help the spirits there.
Wow. Sorry.
You scared the crap.
My bad.
But I'd love to talk with her and get her to know that, hey, you know, it's okay. You know, have her talk to us, maybe talk her through it. But the way she sounded, they're kind of not, I wouldn't call them traps, ghost traps. I'd say when they're like that, they're at distress. So it's cool, but it can cause them to go overly emotional, and can cause poltergeisty actions, I guess is the best way to put it. Because they don't know what's going on, and they're in stress. So you have to handle their situations actually very calmly.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No.
Why?
Can't.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well.
There's a good reason, but I'm gonna do it from my Reddit account.
Do I have to set up one?
I set up a Reddit account for us, but the account isn't old enough. It has to be a certain age with a certain amount of positive karma now. So
Really?
I'm gonna set it up.
Huh. We have no one in chat.
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true though.
Yeah.
Like, because I have no idea what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. No. We'll do it for a little bit longer. We'll say things that we need to for those who will watch afterwards. Again, I want to apologize for the beginning when we first started and things kind of got out of hand, but it was just because the crashing and getting everything set up. It takes a lot to do this, but we're happy to do it. Another, let's see. There's a lot of local legends and stuff.
Apparently, I can't do it either. I've only ever
You don't have good
posted on
karma,
Reddit.
probably.
I've only ever posted on Reddit once.
Well,
so
so there's this thing I talked about earlier with the subreddit. So I guess we won't be able to do that as much as we planned. Unless you find us on Supernatural and you want Zodiac Supernatural and you want to give us good karma, that could help us a lot and start that up. Until then, we're gonna have to do it with either DMing us on Instagram or commenting below your ghost stories, and we can start sharing those a bit more. So it look like say good live. I mean, I know it's live, but is it private? I didn't even look at that. You're right. We need to start doing these a lot earlier when we do plan them. We'll go. I mean, yeah. I'll be fine. I'm used to being in the dark alone. Welcome to the portion where you're with me, alone in the dark. And if I die, no one will know, at least for at least 20 minutes. So, it's me and you tonight. Hanging out, having a good old time. So, we have learned a lot from each one of these live streams. You know, a lot about how to handle them, how to figure things out, how to accept them, and how to push forward with them. Each time we do something, it's amazingly different on how things go. Investigations, we're learning on how to make them better, and it's beautiful. I feel bad that we can't get you the content you deserve right away. But now I realize why it takes usually a couple years for people to get good content out. You know, I was looking back at some of my favorite artists like Markiplier, who I'm a big fan of Markimu. A lot of people might not know him, but he grew up not too far from me, actually right now. And to see him where he's at now, it's amazing. Big fan, you know, seeing how he brought his friends along, like Wade and Bob and all of them. I met Wade, actually. He's pretty cool. But to see them go through what they have to get where they are, I understand it. You know, it takes a lot, and you don't really see what happens behind the camera. Like when it comes to setting it up and doing research and understanding. It's appreciative. I think so. And it means a lot. You know, when you start doing it, notice how many different things can happen, and it gets exciting. You know, you get to learn what to do next. And we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. You know, we're not in it for the money. We're not in it for the fame. We're not in it for any of that. I mean, if we were, we'd be buying our views. And we don't want to do that. Instead, we want to make good content for you guys, with you guys. We're doing it to explore the unknown, the paranormal, to find evidence and share it with you. We're doing it so maybe one day we can teach you guys, you know, help you guys be able to do it yourselves. You know, there's a lot that we have planned for the future, but it's going to take time to get there. And I appreciate those who stuck with us. We've almost hit, let's see, I want to say we've technically almost hit our 2-year mark of Zodiac Supernatural, like, social media, but we didn't really start putting stuff up until the first year, until about last year. So I want to call it maybe like we're almost hitting our 1 year mark, basically. Especially since we went MIA for 6 months when we first started, because there was a lot we had to learn very quickly. But in saying that, coming up, compared to where we were last year, our biggest investigation was the Felicity Church, which you can go check that out on our playlist. And what's interesting is that when we did that, we had $100 cameras that we got off of Amazon that were like night vision, that were terrible. Bad audio. You know, we knew what we were doing ghost huntingly, experiencingly. We had a lot, because we've done it, you know, most of our lives and together a lot, but it was our really first ghost hunt as a group of the group we are today, you know, and it's what really changed us and made us into the people we are. And that was in April last year. This year we've done a few. I mean, God, James and Lindsay, I love them to death because they've helped us so much. They're the ones from Paracafe, Poasttown Elementary. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have been able to learn as much as I have either. And if you're watching this for any reason, we really appreciate you for what you've done for us. And Nick as well. Nick, you've helped us so much. I truly appreciate what you've done. And yes, for those of you mentally asking yourselves, am I really sitting out here alone in complete darkness without Roger? Yes, you are correct. This is how we do. You know, you get used to kind of just being out in the dark with things. If things get hairy, you kind of prepare for it. So, I said that, and as soon as I said it, it sounded like someone was walking right behind me. Like footsteps. Right there. I can't even brag without Ghost being like, hey, you're bragging. I'm a Leo, I'm allowed to. Ugh. I didn't figure I was going to be able to see anything. Well, if you saw something first, please comment below and let us know. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of times where we're in investigations that you guys don't get to see. Sometimes the investigations are 8, maybe even 10 hours long, and we have to cut it down to 20, 40 minutes. And we're going to try and figure out ways to make those better. Buggy? Ways to make those better. But we cut those down so that way it's entertaining for you. We make it so that way you're not sitting for an hour just kind of waiting for us to get stuff moving. We're formatting it. It's a good word. We're trying to figure out the format for it. And it's going to get there. It is, but we want to make sure that it's comfortable, it's fun, it's entertaining, and you still get the spooky stuff. We're trying to not make it like Ghost Adventures where we're yelling all the time. We're trying to not make it like Ghost Hunters like Taps where we're quiet all the time. You know, we want to find a good medium. And we want to respect both of them and learn from them and make our own stuff from it. You know, we're trying to be different. And I think that's important when you're doing a YouTube channel, is you got to be different. You know, realistically, we're just us, but we're, you know, we know paranormal, you know, and it changes so constantly. Things come up constantly that I wouldn't really consider as professionals, but we know what to do if things get tight, very tight. I was hoping tonight that we'd actually be getting 1,000 subscribers, hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark, which is kind of rough, but if you are on with us tonight, please tell your family, tell your friends. If we can hit that monetization, that could really help us. So please, 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 tell everybody. We just need 10 more subscribers, I think. Something like that, maybe 11. So please, let us know, and that way we can start sharing a little bit more and coming up on the algorithm a bit more, and just that will help us. What is moving behind me? Knock, knock. Ghost, is it you? See, the one reason why I'm turning a light on the most, because if you know anything about ghosts, when you turn a light on, sometimes you can see stuff, but most likely it just disappears. I'm looking to see if it's an animal behind me or something, because if so, that explains why I'm hearing movement. I'm hearing it in this area. You know, the fire's not going, so I know it's not the fire. So, I don't know. It's definitely interesting. I haven't checked. I don't think we have many people online with us right now. But it is our fault. We are going to try and find ways to let you guys know when we're doing live streams, or maybe start getting a schedule built for you guys on when we're going to do that. So, and possibly do it earlier as well, so people can join us on that. Let's see. How do you feel? Really? I've been hearing footsteps behind me. Like, right behind me. I keep looking to see if I can see it, but I don't. I just noticed you were messaging us. You hear that? Oh, it's you. Right? I keep sounding like it's like coming from this direction. No. I don't know either.
Oh,
You
I'm,
feel-
my thing, you know, the thing
Yeah.
on me, that stuff comes out of,
Yeah. Yep.
it hasn't recovered yet.
Ah, so you're not going to sit down?
No, not yet.
Well, just make sure you can film. You can back there or something.
No, I'm not going to talk about this on live stream.
No.
I was going to tell you about what I did to your toilet.
You what?
I was going to tell you about what I did to your toilet.
Ah, yes. But I was just basically kind of ranting a bit. I should have been telling ghost stories, but I don't know. I feel like our audience needs to know what we're going through and what we're trying to accomplish, you know. So that's what I was talking about. But I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. As James likes to quote, Rome wasn't built in a day. And he's right. You know.
He wasn't there.
He doesn't know.
Does he know?
He wasn't there. James, if you're watching this, you weren't there. I don't know. I think we are planning to do some charity events as well in the future. So monetization will definitely help push that. But we are wanting to do some to help support, you know, the living and the dead. You know, different times. You know, some charities for the living, some for the dead, to kind of support both ends of what we do. You know, because we care about a lot of different things, a lot of different people. You know, we may be hard ghost hunters, but we care a lot. Roger cares a lot. He's a Cancer. He has a lot of emotion.
I'm dead inside.
Can I hunt myself? Why? I'm dead inside. What? I need the answers. But, yeah. Let's see. Ask me a question. I ask you guys questions all the time. Give me a question.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Cool.
I actually feel very comfortable, very chill. It's very nice out. Feel bad that the way our live stream broke. I feel like it was going well and then it broke and then everyone disappeared. So I don't know if anyone can see this right now. And I feel bad, you know, because I want them to be able to communicate with us.
Yeah, I feel you.
But it is what it is. I have to verify our email through Zodiacs.
Oh, for Reddit?
Yep. So, I named this video Spooky Stories to Tell in the Dark. No, that's not what I said. I said Spooky Stories to Tell at a Campfire.
Oh.
That's what I said. So, do you have any, things that we've done that you want to talk about? Or, for me to talk about?
Haven't seen.
Huh?
Not that they haven't seen.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to think of. We've done a lot, but everything that comes to mind, I guess because I've been thinking about YouTube so hard, it's kind of hard to remember. Let me go way back. Let me think about the times I've ghost hunted before. When I was on Broken Admin, which was my old YouTube channel, please don't subscribe to that one. we did some ghost hunting stuff on there, less than me and him. But I've done some ghost hunting stuff on there. That's where the Smyrna Cemetery video is located. But one place we went to, and is actually talked about on here, is Poasttown Elementary. We've been there a lot. We supported them. We tried helping them when they were needing help, and we've done our part, you know, and we hope to go back one day. It was one of our favorite locations. And I think, you know, I'm happy to see that they're coming out of the ground where they were. But when we were there the first time, they had a tour going on. And this is when I put the video up, like I said, on Broken Admin. This is probably 2013, maybe. We were, me and the girl I was with at the time, was going to Poasttown Elementary, and it was a tour, and it was cool. You know, I've been doing ghost stuff for a while at this point. I didn't know how, you know, hardcore it was. It's that first time going to tour, or like a ghost location where you're like, alright, are they faking it? Because I'll know, you know. And there was a few things that were like, okay, but two things stood out. It's a elementary school, and when we were down at the cafeteria, I remember, I haven't screamed because of fear probably since then, I don't think. Like, scream, not like a, you know. I was, this was like, what, 13, so this was about 5-6 years ago, almost 7. And we were walking down past the kitchen, and there was a lot of noise coming from the kitchen. Things moving and such, and thinking, you know, rats or something. And we were with a small team, and as we pushed by the kitchen door, no, I did scream. I have a story for that too. As we pushed by the kitchen door, I looked, and there was like a pair of red eyes staring back at me, and I could see the outline of a person. And that didn't make me scream. I was staring at it, and I was trying to focus in what it was. You know, I was trying to figure out, is this thing, you know, a spirit or a person or just my imagination? And then what happened is the girl I was with turned and screamed. And when I did that, I looked down, and there was something on the ground moving at us. And it was probably like, it was like this big, like this tall. It was like, I don't know, the size of a giant rat, I guess. But it was like white, and it ran at us. And then that, on top of her scream, made me scream, and darted it. And to this day, I don't know what that thing was, but she said she saw the same thing. She was screaming at the red-eyed thing. I was screaming at the thing because she screamed, and then that thing was running at us. And it was funny, but from what I learned afterwards, there is an aggressive janitor. Aggressive, I use that lightly. A janitor down there that doesn't like kids going into the kitchen. And we think it was him. But actually, I did scream more recently, and it was with you. It was Poasttown Elementary. We were with James and Lindsay. And I don't know if we recorded it or not, but we were going from... Yeah, Poasttown.
I wasn't at Poasttown.
You weren't at Poasttown?
No.
You've never been to Poasttown?
No, still never been to Poasttown.
We definitely need to go to Poasttown now, especially with the equipment we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to contact him again. He's a nice guy. Busy now. But, well, anyways, this will be one of the first stories you'll hear. We were just starting our investigation there, and it was, then if it wasn't you, then it was James, my last girlfriend, Sydney, and then James and Lindsay. And we all were moving forward. We were doing a sweep of the location to kind of get a feel for it. It was just us in this giant school. And we were walking down a hallway. And we're like, well, let's start in one of the like hot spots, which is the basement boiler room. So we go and we walk. And all of a sudden, like, it gets really quiet. Really eerie. We're not even down to the doorway yet. And, you know, we're trying to joke and move along. And because this place is usually popping with noise and stuff because of all the tours that are there. This was my first time being there without a tour. And I went, and Snyder, I think it was either Snyder or the other James, opened the boiler room. And as he opened it, he jumped back and screamed. And I turned with the flashlight, and there's a pair of golden eyes staring back at us, pointing directly at us, about to jump at us. And I jumped back and yelled and threw my EVP, and everyone kind of jumped back and freaked out. Just to look and see if it was a stuffed coyote someone put there to scare the crap out of us.
Heard that story.
Yeah. The stuffed coyote. I don't know where you get one or why you put it at the edge of a doorway, but apparently ghost hunters go in and set that up in locations to scare other ghost hunters, so it was funny. The brothers were there and actually went there before they started getting with Travel Channel. The team, the brothers Ghost Hunter team or whatever. Yeah, they were there. It's a really known location for a lot of ghost hunters. But it was fun. Trying to think, have you ever screamed in fear? Like, even if it was a jump scare?
I don't think so.
Like, I think the only time I've ever really been afraid is because of jump scares. I've never been afraid because of, possessions and stuff, but that's is he going to die kind of fear. I'm talking ooh, spooky, scary skeleton kind of fear. Not including jump scares. I don't think I've ever had that. Jump scares get me sometimes. Hell, I played Five Nights at Freddy's. I know what it's like.
Yeah. I've been afraid.
No.
Just never actually outwardly screamed from fear. Usually when I get afraid, I don't freeze up, but I staunch up.
Yeah, protect yourself,
Yeah.
defensive mode. Yeah, I think when I get scared, I get alert. So if I do feel fear, because it's okay to feel fear in these things. If you're fearless, that means you're dumb. Not to say that as in trying to put people down, but if you're fearless, that's usually when things get affected towards you. I don't know, I guess fearless isn't the right word, because I don't really fear going into these locations, but I'm alert. If you go in feeling oh, I know there's stuff here and people got hurt, but it's fine, cockiness can hurt you too. Arrogance can hurt you. But if you go in, stay just confident. You can be scared, but don't show it. One thing that, if spirits can't hear words, they can definitely feel your intent. So if you're scared talking to them, even confident, they can tell. So just do your best to stay confident. There's a way to do it to where you can be scared on the inside, but you can still fear confident. You basically stand fear in the eye and acknowledge it and keep pushing forward through it.
Yeah, that's called bravery.
Bravery, yeah. And that's the thing. That's one thing I think I value my team the most for, is that we're brave. If we go into locations and like the church, for example, when things were going weird, instead of running out the door screaming, we went at the noises, we went at the voices, we went at things head on to figure out what it is. And, to people who aren't professionals, that's dangerous. But for us, I can say that we bravely pushed through it. We had to get there at some point. So, I mean, we had to do some dumb stuff to try and figure out what it is.
Yeah.
But that's, it's about learning. So what I'm saying, though, for you guys is just be careful if you do plan on doing that. But for my team, I'm happy with us. Me, you, and James, we've done a lot to get to where we are, emotionally set when it comes to ghosts.
Yeah.
And
been through
supernatural.
have a lot of experience. I think that's one part that does it. It makes you brave when you're facing it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Exactly. I use the word desensitized a lot, but I think that's when people oh, this person is so sad. She got, I don't know, murdered in her relationship and her ghost stays at the house and it's so sad. And I'm just yep, because we deal with it a lot, I feel bad and I'm sorry that she got murdered, but I want to talk to her and try and help her move on past this point. There's nothing I can do about her murder, but there's something I can do about her helping to move on,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, obviously it's still upsetting, but that's life,
Yeah.
Death is a part of it.
Without death.
Tragedy's a part of it.
Yep. Exactly. Our Reddit's up now, but it's not the way we have it.
Yeah.
Still have one person watching us, not including me.
Huh.
That's cool.
Hello, person.
Hello, person. Whoever you are. Let us know who you are so we can talk to you. Might be Nick.
Well, I don't want Nick to watch. He might donate us.
Oh no, Nick, don't donate. He threatened to donate and he never did.
He said he needed to see ghosts.
I know. Ghost or no donate. I think the last thing that was funny, because I told him we sent a demon towards him instead of him, like, us, like, summoning one, and then he put, what? And that's and then the fucking stream crashed. Nick, if you're out there, please let us know. Give us a sign, Nick.
I'm sure something's caught by now other than paper.
Yeah.
I made basically a log out of paper.
Nice, bro.
So
I'm glad you did that, because I couldn't get it. I can't do both.
I couldn't fit it up underneath the other logs properly. So I don't know that it's going to catch the other logs, but I think it has, though. Pretty sure it has.
So, do me a favor, if you made it this long to the video, I need your help. I need you to write down in the comments below and tell us what you'd like to see in a live stream. Would you like it to be earlier so you can join? Would you like us to put more notifications out? Like maybe if we can figure, I think we can't really do much on YouTube till we are monetized and partnered with them, but I could be wrong. I will do research on that. But send out messages and stuff like that. So would you like to see more notifications on that? Would you like us to do more like live streams beforehand? Would you like it earlier? Would you like a different scenery? You know, I would love, and we get a lot of do a live investigation, and we are trying to set that up. That is one thing I've been working on, but it's not as easy as it sounds, especially the locations we've been getting recently don't have internet or don't have enough electricity. So, and that's one thing we do need.
We can barely make a live stream work here.
Yeah, exactly. You should see the way we have it set up. It's crazy, but it works. So, you know.
Yeah, that's good. And we could probably partially make it work on location, but it would literally work for 20 minutes
and die. Yeah, exactly. And it's probably not going to be as crisp of a live stream as like this is, considering we've had bumps in the road. So, you know, we're doing our best. And we are trying. I like to be more energetic, like moving around and stuff, but kind of hard to do so with one camera.
Yeah.
I think in the future, when we get another one, we might get a setup to where we can have two cameras, and if we have in the future, it'd be cool if we could have like a tech, like not like a ghost tech, but like a tech that like kind of keeps an eye on computer and then can like flip between cameras or something, you know, or like keep things moving. Maybe they can focus on the chat while we're talking.
Maybe we can bring Kevin back for that.
Yeah, I would love to bring Kevin back for that. Kevin, wherever you are, you need to come work with us more. Stop sleeping and working.
Yeah. Do fake work with us.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Fake work.
I need to be careful.
Wow.
It's not real work, is what I'm saying.
Wow. I put more hours in the Zodiacs than I do my own 9 to 5.
But how much do you get paid for it?
You right.
I already know how much.
Yeah. Same as you.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I get paid more than you to do this.
You're right. I pay you to do certain things.
Right.
I go negative.
No one pays you.
I buy the equipment and pay you.
No, don't go out. Please. Please, cat.
I don't know. I don't think we'll be doing it much longer since we're not getting many viewers, but I think it was good that we said what we needed to say.
Yeah.
So, you know, we should probably think of another spooky story. I think, or since it's titled Spooky Stories. So, do you have one? I gave out a couple. Like,
I don't know.
Well, talk about the one from Cincy Supernatural. One of your times there.
I feel like we went over them.
Well, you went over the flashlight.
I went over the cat. Did I go over the cat?
I don't think you went over the cat.
Okay, it's ridiculous. So it was scary, but it wasn't exactly supernatural. So my team and I, we were investigating this place in North Price Hill.
It's by Cincinnati.
Yes. So we're investigating this place. I took out the EMF meter when we first got there, and it was right beside a transformer, so I couldn't use it because the EMF meter went crazy. That has nothing to do with the story. Oh, actually, this I might not have told you. I'll go through the cat story first. So,
Right.
Basically, I go into this bedroom where this closet door is supposed to open by itself, and I closed the door and sat there in the dark, and I did an EVP session, and I waited and watched and tried to see if the closet door would open. As I'm sitting there, out of nowhere, I hear, you know, crazy. They neglected to tell me that they had a cat, and the cat was in that room and freaked out while I was in there. Scared the heck out of me. I jumped up. I'm like, whoa! Opened the door. The cat ran out. I'm like, jeez.
Whoa, Coast Cat. Whoa.
Now, in this location, okay, I should preface this with saying that we had a psychic medium on the team. Well, this location we went through, we investigated, we did EVP sessions in the basement. We didn't get a whole lot while we were there. Like, I think we got a couple of EVPs, but we didn't know while we were there. We didn't know till later. But there wasn't a whole lot going on. So, into the night, we decide, okay, it's time to break down the equipment. So we go and we turn the DVR off, start unhooking the cameras, and I start going down into the basement to unhook the camera that we have in the basement. And as I open the door, I hear footsteps coming up the basement stairs directly at me. But I can see there's nothing there, right? So I'm like, oh my. And the footsteps come up, and they start walking around the side of the stairwell. And I'm like, what the heck? So I ran into the living room where the rest of my team was. And as soon as I walked in there, our psychic medium, I don't want to say her name.
Yeah, that's fair.
But if you watch any of that, you'll know what her name was. Because it was one female on the team. Anyway, she looks at me and she says, something just came up the steps. And I said, yeah. She said, it's heading all the way up the steps now. It's going upstairs. So we followed it up the stairs. We get up there. The DVR is hooked back up. Now, I'm not saying, oh, the ghost hooked up the DVR.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact I unhooked it before I started going to wrap up the cameras. And I go downstairs to wrap up the camera that was down there. Something comes up at me. She says, the psychic medium already knows something came up the stairs when I was trying to go down. Didn't say anything to her. Tells me that something just came up the stairs and now it's going upstairs. And I go back up the stairs, and the DVR that I know for a fact I unhooked because this is kind of my groove that I get into with equipment. I know for a fact I unhooked it, and I come up, and it's plugged back in, and the other cameras are hooked back up to it.
What the heck?
And I'm like, what is going on here? And that was kind of, I don't want to say freaky. It was cool. It was very cool.
Wow. That'd be cool, actually, because it's like, I want you to capture me. Is that the same location where you saw the footsteps? Like, saw them on camera?
No, that's a different one.
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Damn. That's cool, though. That's cool stuff that I wish would happen to us more. That's cool.
We do a lot less locations where we hook up the DVR system.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get more of that.
Yeah.
The only time I've ever had a DVR system like freak out was when we were at Revenant Acres and we couldn't keep it on the footage because on the video because we didn't get the right angles for it. But when we were sitting there, we had a camera on the other room and it was up for all night and stuff. Didn't fall, didn't do anything, and it was taped up very nicely. And it was with James from Ghost Ruckus. And we were all sitting in a chair, and all of a sudden he was like, I forget what he says, like, man, I'm ready to leave, I'm ready to go. and all of a sudden the camera just goes flying off the wall. The DVR.
What?
Yeah. And soon after that, we were checking the back room because of that, and we had something run at us. Like, I could feel fear, and I felt like anxiety came out me out of nowhere. Like, it wasn't my own, but I could also feel it was theirs. Where me and James went in the back room to check it out because it was the next room to it, and we felt like something was in the closet. Now, Revenant Acres is like a homeless house. There's no furniture in there, but I swear I could see someone hiding in the closet. There's no doors, and I start walking up to it, and James is like, all right, well, there's nothing here, let's leave. And I'm like, yeah, okay. We turn around, and all of a sudden I could feel something, and I could hear it too. Something got up, like a child, got up and ran at us, and I remember jumping and almost breaking the REM pod, trying to get away from it. And that's funny. That's actually on the video.
You know, I've always had a lot of stuff happen as I'm packing equipment up.
Yeah.
Whenever I start packing equipment up, it seems like that's always when...
Because they know cameras are on. It's like they know the cameras are on.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, don't want to be seen. But I want to talk to you. But I want to be seen. And it's like, but we need to show that we're talking to you. We need to, like, prove that we are for our own sake, even.
Yeah.
I think we just need to talk to them more and let them know the cameras are okay more. Because they might just be scared. To them, if they are electromagnetic field, like, beings, more than us, so... then basically they're going to see those electric waves coming off of it. You know, they're going to be freaked out. Where's your flashlight? I don't know if it's my eyes, but I swear I just saw someone walk from that tree to that tree. Like, straight up moving. And I know no one's there, because they would be standing right there. But it was like a full person walking from there to there.
They could be really skinny hiding behind the tree.
You're right. Hey, if you're behind a tree, can you donate to our channel and subscribe?
We only need a few more. Then we can partner with YouTube.
Oh, we're so close.
I used to be a YouTube partner.
Same.
Makes me sad.
But rebirth, starting over. Okay. Beep beep.
Nice.
But actually, I'm thinking about it, and we can talk about this on stream. I'm thinking about doing a video with you after this. How would you feel about doing a video where we just keep the same setup? And it's probably not rushed, but why don't we do a video about how we first met? And like how we grew to become the Zodiacs each other. You know? Just something quick and wholesome for next week.
Okay.
You think that'd be fun?
That could be fun.
Yeah. Just, I mean, people here will know it's coming next week, but I think that could be fun of just us letting people know about us a little bit more, you know? I know we have plans for other stuff, but that won't be done next week, so we can get a video shot for next week, I think. Does that sound fun to you?
It does. I want to keep an eye on our time, though, because I have to drive all the way back home,
Before
get all
the
my
wedding.
stuff ready.
Well, what time is it now? Well, let's end this, and then we'll shoot that video, and then we'll close everything up and hang out for about a little bit long, just a tiny bit, and then I'll see you tomorrow for the wedding.
Okay.
So, if that's the case, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump off of here. We're going to shoot a video, so make sure to check that out next week. Keep an eye out on all the stuff we got coming up soon, you know, between Patreon, our website, all that fun stuff coming out. Check that out. Hit that subscribe button so we can hit 1,000 subscribers so we can become partnered. And hit that bell. I'm pointing at him.
It's the bell is... Wait. It's over here, right? It's over there.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know either. I'm trying to say... Okay. If I'm watching... But this is mirror, so yeah, it would be over here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's over here.
Yeah. Right there.
Right down here.
Hit that bell. Subscribe's over here. Because on the opposite side.
Don't hit subscribe if you already did, though.
Yeah. Don't double subscribe.
Thumbs up. Or... Thumbs up.
We're YouTubers. We know what we're saying.
Yes.
Alright, guys.
Professional.
Yeah. We're getting there. Alright, guys. Thank you again for everything. I hope you got to enjoy this. I'm sorry for all the mess-ups, but we learned more for next time, and we'll be doing a lot more in the future. So please stick around. We love you all, and we hope to see you all in the next video, guys.
Bye.
Bye. I have to get up and turn it off.
I'll light the way.
Alright, thank you.
And I'll just sit here on camera awkwardly,
awkwardly.
like we didn't just say goodbye.
Oh, there's people talking to us.
Was there?
Yeah. How y'all know? Oh, there's Venom and Jill.
Venom and what?
Venom said, I don't know if our chat was working. Because Venom said, hey, how are y'all doing?
Oh, hi Venom. Sorry.
Jill said, hey, 2-second delay from my TV and phone. Yeah, that's normal. Hi, Jill.
Hey,
Just
Jill.
saw you.
Hey Jill, sorry.
Venom said, leave it to the cats because of the cats.
Yeah, those cats, spooky.
Venom also said the magical fire, because it just came on by itself again, remember?
Yeah. Yep, that was definitely magic. Had nothing to do with physics at all. That fire.
Physics and ghosts. It was probably ghosts.
Ghost physics.
Yeah. Jill said, what is with your fire? Basically, you can tell them how, like, we tried getting it going and it wouldn't.
Yeah, so the fire, we tried to start it, and it wouldn't start. We don't have any fire starter or anything like that. So we have some paper. So I bundled the paper up into a makeshift log and tried to light that and see if it could get it to work. And it failed. But the paper log was burning for a while, and then I think that's what went out and reignited. So, yeah.
Can you just remind them for the viewers stepping in, like what happened with our live stream real quick if you want to?
Remind them now. What?
How it crashed.
Oh, yeah. So we started our live stream a while back, and it crashed, and then we had a little bit of issues trying to get it restarted. So if you're watching this part, you're watching actually the second part of the live stream. I think they're both going up on YouTube though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because it'd be confusing if you just had part 2 up.
Yeah. But part 1 is already up on the channel.
Venom said, are guest people included later in the future? I don't know if they can hear me, so you tell them, like, yes, but we'll have to plan it.
What? I don't understand the...
For our live streams, are we going to have guests
Oh,
in the future?
yes. Later, sometime in the future, we do plan on having guests on the live streams. We're not sure when. That's something that, that's going to come as we continue to do this. As of right now, we have to kind of keep it basic and everything until we get the hang of what we're doing here. We barely know what we're doing on live stream.
Yeah, basically, once we get the hang of things and get things kind of flushed out and we figure out good timing and everything, then we'll start adding guests.
Yeah, so we got to get the hang of things, get good timing, have stuff flushed out. Maybe have like a semi format for live streams, and then we'll start bringing guests on.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can hear you. If they can, then I'm just repeating everything you say.
Yeah, I'm kind of just yelling to you to repeat to me. That was my plan.
Okay. Cody's just yelling at me to repeat things that he says to you.
We have 4 viewers right now, so say thank you to all of them.
4 viewers?
No, crazy. I feel so bad. I feel like something's wrong with our stream, though.
Thank you guys for watching. I don't know why you've put up with us completely ignoring you, but thank you guys for watching. We kind of feel bad that the chat on our side stopped working.
And we feel bad that the stream kind of got messed up because, like, normally we have more people and stuff because of the way our stream's set up, but Streamlabs really messed up on us today. So.
Yeah, it's a small live stream. We don't have a lot of people right now because of that. The Streamlabs mess up that happened. Streamlabs, get your stuff together.
Right? Sponsor us. Venom said, sounds good, y'all. I always done my streams from either the YouTube app or computer based, mostly app based.